When I did my press-on nails review earlier this year, where I reviewed 6 different sets of the most popular brands of press-on nails, probably the most common question, comment, suggestion I got was to review this brand, which is Glamnetic. I feel like I've been seeing more and more of this brand out on social media. So I bought 3 sets of Glamnetic nails and I have some mixed feelings about them. So let's dive right in. Press-on nails come in a few different varieties, shall we say. So there are glue-on nails, they tend to last the longest. There's also some press-on nails that don't have any glue, they just have like a sticky adhesive on them. There's a few different brands that have nails like that. And there's also some brands that have kind of different styles, like there's some like Mani-Me that have like just strips that you put on that are more like stickers. But Glamnetic falls in the first category, so these are glue-on nails. And they have a pretty wide selection. I was really impressed with just the styles, the colors, the patterns that are available. I think they have a good combination of ones that are a little bit more neutral as well as some more funkier types of styles. So the first one I tried, and unfortunately I lost some of the original footage of this, so this is Sarah from the future here. But the first one I tried from Glamnetic, it's like a little bit like a holographic shiny type of nail, and this I really liked because I thought the color was like, it was almost like a neutral because it was more of like a cream pinky color, but it still had that pop of shine and glamour. So I really liked this first pair. However, some of the things I noticed right off the bat is I feel like the fit was not really perfect for me. I feel like fit is such an important thing when it comes to press-on nails. I think it's really the difference between having a set look cheap and have it look like you got it done in a salon. And I feel like the problem I ran into with Glamnetic nails is they were a little bit too narrow for my nails and they just didn't have like, it wasn't the perfect fit. And I could get it to work. I feel like it looked okay, especially if you're far away. But when you were closer up, I think you could notice that some of the nails didn't fit quite right. However, I feel like I didn't notice it too much with this first set just because the color was like a little bit more of a neutral and like even though it was like shiny, it was kind of similar to my natural nail. So that was the first set that I tried, and these lasted a little over a week, or actually no, a little under a week they lasted. I put them on a Saturday and they lasted up through that Friday. And really the only reason I think they started to come off is my one thumb started to like crack, like it cracked down the center. And I think that kind of like damaged the structural integrity of the nail, and then all of a sudden they started to just kind of unravel. And by the time one was off, I feel like I wasn't as careful about them, to be honest, because I was like, let's just get them all off at this point. But I would say the durability was pretty good for the most part. Now let's get on to the second set. So the 2 other ones I got, so I got 2 kind of neutral color base nails, and I was really excited about these because if you've watched my best press-on nails video, one thing that is a big pet peeve of mine of press-on nails is when there is a clear base to them and you can actually see your natural nail through the press-on nail. I feel like those pretty much 100% of the time look bad. I think I would really like these, but I don't know. I feel like these are one of my least favorites. So I like that these kind of have that look of looking like it's like a natural nail, but it is actually like a solid color. Like it's a solid filled in like nude color. So at least that's what it looks like. It looks like, I hope so. So anyway, I think I'm gonna go with the lemons. I feel like the lemons are really cute. Let's put these ones on. I would say in terms of the packaging, it's really pretty standard. I feel like almost all press-on nail companies have packaging like this, where some of them are kind of laid out in a little tray like this, but then the rest of them are just in a giant jumbled mess underneath. So they have the nice, pretty laid out ones, and they have a bag of a bunch of jumbled up ones. Some of the more high-end nails, like static nails, they will have all of them laid out in a tray. Personally, I think that's so much better because it's easier to find them, but it's not a huge deal, but it does make the actual application process just a little bit faster and more organized, because when they're in a jumbled bag like this, I just have to end up like organizing them myself in order to find the right sizes. But let's put these bad boys on. It is now Friday. I originally put these nails on, these lemon nails, on Sunday. So it has been 6 days and they are still staying on really good. Like they still are like fully secured. It doesn't seem like they are about to fall off or anything like that. However, some of the like yellow coloring is kind of chipping off. So I don't know, I feel like it's always like so hard to like zoom in, but there's like a little bit of chipping happening at like the tips where like the color is kind of rubbing off. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really crazy about how these ones look. I feel like my biggest problem so far with Glamnetic is the fit of the nails is just not that good for me. And this is obviously going to be subjective because everyone's nails are different shapes and sizes. So some people might be able to find a really good fit with Glamnetic. My problem with them is they just are too small for my nails. There's not enough like big nail sizes other than like the thumbs, but there's not enough big nail sizes for like the rest of the fingers. And ultimately I feel like that means that it's more obvious that these are fake nails because there's like a little bit of a gap on the side where you can see my natural nail because the Glamnetic nail is just like too narrow and it's a little hard to pick up on camera, but I can definitely see it very strongly in real life. And this is not something that I see with all brands of nails. So I don't love that. Also, I did think that these were like completely opaque, but they are a little bit transparent and that makes it look a little bit more like natural looking. But I think the problem is that you can still see a little bit of the glue and some of the glue bubbles through the actual color of the nail. And again, I think that just doesn't look that good. I said this in my original ranking of press-on nails that I feel like transparent nails just don't look as good. I think I would really like these, but I don't know. I feel like these are one of my least favorites. Any little irregularity in the glue underneath it, you're going to be able to see. So if there's an air pocket, if you put glue in one area and not another, you're going to be able to see that. And I feel like it just doesn't look as good. So these ones, I think they're cute. I like the lemons and I think it's like a cute design and everything, but I don't think they look very professional. So I would never wear these personally again. But there's one final style that I purchased. So I'm gonna wait until these start to fall off. I'm guessing they'll last at least another day or two and then I will put on the final ones. So my second Glamnetic nail finally fell off. I've been really excited to finally try the third pair that I got. These have lasted a really long time. It's been at least over a week now. So I've been really happy with the longevity, but I think it's time to get these bad boys off and try the latest style that I got, which is these hearts. So let's see how you actually get these off because I feel like in the past I've just kind of like, so basically what you're supposed to do to get these off when you still have some left is soak your nails for 10 minutes or until the glue loosens. So I'll probably wait until I like take a bath tonight and then afterwards I will just try to like gently peel them off. I think that is the way to go to avoid like ripping your nails too much. Even these ones like fell off pretty easily, but there's still, I feel like a little bit of damage to the nail, which is not something specific to Glamnetic. I think that's just like a thing about glue on nails in general, but I will keep you posted when I try my third pair. Last night I soaked my nails off, so now they are totally free. I like to leave them off for about a day just to make sure that, just to give my nails a little bit of a chance to breathe. But now let's put on the next pair. These ones still definitely have the fit issue that I've seen with the other pairs where they're like slightly too small and they narrow in a little bit too much on the top, so that they're not a great fit for me personally. But I do like how these look. I like that these are just like a nice neutral. Also, I couldn't really tell because they look similar to the lemon ones, but it looks like these could have been like slightly transparent, but they're not, which I appreciate. I feel like that makes them look so much better. But yeah, pair number 3, let's see how long they last. It is now day 5. Day 5 after I put these final pair of Glamnetic nails on. And unfortunately, we did have one casualty. My thumbnail did come off about day 3 or day 4. I put these on a Wednesday and on Saturday afternoon, my thumb fell off. And normally if I have press-on nails where one falls off like before a week. I will sometimes re-glue them on, and so they can last kind of the same length as the rest of them. But for the purpose of this review, I did not do that. I just wanted to let them run their natural course. But yeah, these are the ones that are remaining. I will say, I feel like if you wear, at least for me, if I wear press-on nails back to back to back to back, and I don't give my nails like more time to kind of like regenerate and like grow back a little bit in the middle, I find that sometimes they can kind of not last as long. I think the weaker your underlying nails are, the less well that they last. So that is like one caveat to just think about. I really like these. I think these are the best looking ones that I had so far. I love kind of the more natural look. Although I am starting to see some other problems, like my thumbnail. Let's see if you can see that. It's like slightly bent. It's like starting to crease a little bit. There, can you see that line on it? So something to just be careful of. I'll check in when the second one falls off. It is now Wednesday and my nails have significantly started to come off. Like really the only ones left are my like ones towards the outer side. I feel like once they started coming off, they've really just kept coming. And as I mentioned before, I think the more that you wear press-on nails or glue-on nails like over and over and over again, it tends to like make your natural nail a little bit weaker. And I find that that prevents the nails from staying on as long. Let me know if you have experienced that, but I think that's it for my test of Glamnetic this time around. Glamnetic is now the 7th set of nails that I have reviewed on my channel, and I think they're kind of in the middle of the pack. Like they didn't really stand out to me in any particular way. I did like them overall, but there were some things that I think made them worse than some of their competitors. But let's talk about that. So ultimately they ended up lasting an average of 6 days. And when I look at the duration, I count the first and the second nail, and I average those durations to get the average time, and then I averaged the 3 sets together. On average, they lasted 6 days, ranging from 3 days to 8 days, which is pretty like normal, I would say. Like I don't think it really stood out to me as being like really low duration in terms of how long they lasted, but these were actually a little bit less long lasting than some of the other brands I've tried. For example, Chill Tips and Static Nails both lasted several days longer for me, so I didn't really love that. However, I will say the price is a little bit less expensive for the 3 nails I tried from Glamnetic, with only about $16.66 per set, versus those other brands were a little bit more expensive, including shipping. So, you know, kind of weigh pros and cons. I did like that Glamnetic has a lot of different styles to choose from. They definitely have more than Chill Tips, but I think the biggest negative for me personally is I don't think for me they fit that well. I did end up having the gaps on the sides of my nail, which for me is kind of a deal breaker. I feel like I'm not going to keep buying them if they don't fit totally perfectly, especially when there are other brands that, for example, Chill Tips fits me absolutely perfectly. So that will kind of be my go-to for press-on nails in the future. But that's it. I hope you found this video helpful, and definitely make sure you subscribe because I am about to start trying out a brand new set of nails that I have never tried. These are Olive and June. I got these from Target. So if you're interested in hearing how these go, then subscribe for more. Until next time, bye.